Hi guys. So y'all know I got something juicy, I guess. Something to talk about. Um I just came from Mickey D's, okay? Yes, I went to McDonald's. I don't care. Um so I just came from McDonald's, and while I was there, I ran into this boy that I know from when I was like 13, 14, and his name was Calvin. That was his real name. I'm gonna say his real name because he wasn't so bad. I don't guess. So, okay. So, Calvin, I met when I was about 14, I think. And I was outside with all these kids in the neighborhood, and you know, it was this boy named Calvin, and at the time, my friend Asia, that was her name. Uh, my friend Asia, she liked him, and so she wanted me to talk to him for her. So I was like, okay, I'll talk to him for her. So I go talk to him, and he's like, I don't want to talk to her. I want to talk to you. I'm like, but I don't like you like that. She likes you. So he's like, yeah, I don't want to talk to her. I'm like, okay. I just told her, he don't want to talk to you. And so I can't remember exactly what transpired. It wasn't nothing bad, but um I think she was a little bit I think she was a little bit upset. I don't even remember, but anyway, so I saw Calvin or whatever, and he was 19. I remember that exactly. He was 19. I was 14, I think. I'm not sure of my age, but I was really young, but he was 19. And he started popping up all the time. Like I would see him every single day, all the time around my house, on my street, wherever I went. I started seeing him everywhere. And it didn't bother me at first because I was like, we live in the same area. It's bound to happen. We're going to run into each other, but it was happening a lot. So one day I was sitting outside in my yard, and he drives by in his car. And I think he had like a Dodge Neon, like an orange Dodge Neon. I'm not even sure, but I think so. I think so. And he goes, do you want to come for a ride with me? And I was like, no. Why? I said, no, I'm not getting in the car with you. No. So he's, sitting, in the street trying to convince me to come get in the car with him. And I was like, no, Calvin, no. He was like, I get you one day, one day. And I was like, uh-huh, okay. So that next day, I talked to Asia, and I told her, I said, I keep seeing Calvin everywhere. He likes me, blah, blah, blah. So then she goes, you should just talk to him. And I was thinking, he is kind of nice. And I said, but I don't know about that. I was like, he's nice, but I don't know. So she was like, you should just talk to him. And she didn't seem like she was upset about it because I don't even think she liked him like that. So I don't know. I don't really know. You never know. I don't know. So I'm not sure what happened, but one day me and Asia were like walking around, and we saw Calvin riding his bike, like following us. And so Asia was like, why we keep seeing him everywhere? I said, I don't know. I told her, I said, but I keep seeing him a lot. Like, ever since that one time, I never saw him before that. Never saw him before that. But that one day, when I first met him, I kept seeing him constantly everywhere, on my street, everywhere. So, you know, we spent and I kid you not, I kid you fucking not, we spent the whole fucking day running away from Calvin. Everywhere we went, he was there. Oh my God, he's on this street. Run, run. We running, hiding, peeking around corners and shit. Did he pass? I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And her neighbor, Travis, I think Travis and a bunch of his friends was out there. My ex, Dave. But Dave, I didn't talk to Dave at that time. This was before me and him started dating, like years before we started dating. And they saw us like hauling ass past the house. They were, what the fuck y'all running for? And Angel was like, somebody following us. And we just kept running and shit. It was so fucking funny, but at the same time, it was not funny. And so we sat down, like, you know, behind her house, trying to hide from him. She was like, dang, this boy crazy. Why he following us everywhere? I know it's because of you. He like you. And I was like, oh my God. So we kept seeing him riding through the neighborhood and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm going home. So I went home, and lo and behold, I see Calvin when I get home on his bicycle, just rolling around in a circle in front of my house. I was like, okay, what is going on? I just acted like I ain't see him. And I walked in the house and didn't say anything. He didn't say nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to him. So I was talking to this guy over the phone at the time, and his name was Tremaine. And me and him started dating. And I would always tell him about Calvin, like, God, Calvin followed me today. Calvin this, Calvin that, Calvin this, Calvin that, you know, just going on and on and on about Calvin. So he knew who Calvin was. So one day, Tremaine was like, he's gonna come see me. So I'm like, okay, come see me, you know, whatever. So he comes see me, and I think Tremaine was like 16. Yeah, he was 16, and we went to different high schools. He went to Hollywood Hills, and I went to Parkway at the time, I think. I went to Parkway at the time, I think. I'm trying to remember. No, I don't remember, but I remember he went to Hollywood Hills. Was I in high school yet? I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't, because this happened during the summer. And I remember what school he went to because he played football. And we went to the park. Me and Tremaine went to the park. We sat down, you know, and we talked and everything. And here comes Calvin. He came and pushed me when I was sitting, because I was sitting on top of the bench. It's like the bench was there, my feet were on the seat, and I was sitting on top of the bench. and I was sitting next to Tremaine, and Calvin came from behind me and pushed me, and I looked and I said, ugh. And he was like, that's Calvin. I said, yes. He was like, he looked like a grown ass nigga. I said, he is grown. He's 19, he's fucking grown to us, right? He grown to us. So when Calvin saw him or whatever, he started messing with these kids and picking up stuff to try to show me how strong he was, and I was just looking at him like, really, Calvin, really, you gonna do this shit, really? Like, I just looked at him like, oh my god. So I said, come on, Tremaine, let's go. So we went home. We went to my house and we sat outside, and he was like, I see what you talking about. I said, see, like, I'm not exaggerating nothing. And so he was like, I see what you talking about. He was like, he just like you. But that nigga look grown. And I was like, he is grown. He got a car. He lived by himself, and he stayed around the corner from me. Now, I forgot to mention that part because he had talked to me. I forgot when. The story is just so blurred, but I forgot when. And he was telling me how he lived around the corner from me, talking about, oh, I live by myself, but my mom came to stay with me and blah blah blah. He was telling me about his sister, his brothers, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, like, just, listening, talking to him and everything. And he would always just turn up after that. So Tremaine left. The next day, I went outside. I saw Calvin again on my street. So he came up to me and was like, so that was your boyfriend yesterday that I saw you with? I said, yes. He was like, so are y'all breaking up or are y'all staying together? I said, what kind of question is that? I don't know if we breaking up. And he was like, well, I want you to be my girlfriend. And I said, I can tell. He was like, how can you tell? I said, you follow me everywhere, Calvin. It's kind of ridiculous. He was like, I don't follow you everywhere. He's like, it's not like I follow you to the shower. I said, so you follow me everywhere but to the shower? He was like, he said it with a serious face too, like, I follow you everywhere but the shower. Nigga, what? Nah, let me, it's like he kind of picked up on that because one night, I kid you fucking not, one night I was taking a shower and I swear I heard footsteps and shit in my backyard. But see, at the house I was living at, the the window was very high up, so you can't see anything, but it was a shed right there that you can climb on and look in the window or whatever. But the window was very high up. But I recall this one night I was showering, and I heard footsteps. And I was like, I was bathing, you know, taking a bath, and then I hear in the backyard. I'm like, I hear footsteps. So I'm like this. And I kept hearing rustling, like rustling leaves and shit. And I was just like, you know, hurry up trying to rinse off and put my clothes on. And I looked through the back window. And I was like, trying to see if I saw someone. And I saw nothing. Saw nothing. But when he said that, it's like he kind of picked up on the fact that he knew that he didn't follow me to the shower. Like he was trying to make a joke. I don't know if he purposely did that or if it was an accident. But I never told anybody about that. So I'm just like, okay, so does he know that I was looking when I got out the shower to see if somebody was watching me? Or did he just guess? So, now the thing I could not stand about my old house, I was always nocturnal. Always nocturnal. I was always up all hours of the fucking night. You know, always up. But when I was up, my lights were on. So people knew I was up. And they could see through my windows that my lights were on. Luckily, in my new house, people can't see that. Because I got stuff on my windows to prevent that. Since my incident with my baby daddy. I don't like saying that. Oh, so ugly. Those are it's ugly words. So yeah, I cover my windows so I don't have to worry about that here. But back then I didn't think about that. So everybody knew when I was up. So I often got knocks at my windows, but it was mostly from Asia. If she was across the street, or you know, her cousins or whatever were across the street and they saw that I was up, they'd come knock at my window. So this one night I'm up, it's like 2 in the morning, and I hear this tap at my window. So I'm thinking, it must be Asia. Maybe she across the street. Who knows? I look out the window. I pull the window all the way back, not thinking. And it was fucking Calvin. And I'm like, and I closed it back. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Why are you knocking on my window? So I called Trevino, because at the time, ain't nobody had no cell phone. He had his own room phone. I called Trevino. I said, Trevino. Oh my God. I just realized what I was saying. Trevino is one of my friends, and Tremaine was my boyfriend at the time. Lord. Hi, Trevino. If you watch this, me and him have the same birthday. Anyway, so I call. He must be talking about me, fucker. For me to just say his name like that, is he talking about me? I'm gonna write him because that just came out of nowhere. So I called Tremaine and I was like, Calvin just knocked on my window. And he was like, he just knocked on your window? I said, yes. What the fuck for? I said, I don't fucking know. And he tapped again on my window. And I said, go away, Calvin. He was like, I just want to talk to you. I said, go away, Calvin. And I just want to talk to you really quick. I just want to talk to you. I said, go away, Calvin. And I'm on the phone with Tremaine. He was like, what the I'm about to come over there. I said, don't come over here. Don't come over here. Don't come over here. It's just going to be drama on drama. Don't come over here. He was like, man, I'm coming over there. What the fuck he keep coming over there for fucking with you? I should have whooped that nigga ass when I first came over there. And I was like, no, no, no. He was like, man, I'm coming over there. I'm coming over there. And I'm going to get my homeboys. And we going to fuck this nigga up. I said, no, don't come over here. Don't do that. Don't do that. He hung up on me. I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, Jesus. So I told Calvin, I said, Calvin, leave right now because I was on the phone with my boyfriend. He is upset. He is going to come over here. I don't care. I don't care. You that pussy bitch you was sitting with the other day at the park. I don't care if he comes. I'll whoop his ass. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I tell him, I said, Calvin, please leave. I don't want nobody fighting him. My mama was in the room, you know. I'm like, come on, man. Leave. Don't do that in front of my fucking house like this. So, all right, for you, I'll leave. He was like, but you just saved your boyfriend from getting the ass whooping. And I was like, I doubt it. Firstly, because he was not going to come alone. Secondly, he thinks you're a threat to me. So, you know, I don't think he's going to come alone. And he was saying he would bring his homeboys. So, Calvin left. Like 5 minutes after Calvin left, Tremaine comes. He tapped on my window. And I told him, I said, he left. He left. Go home. I told you don't come here. He was like, where that nigga stay at? And his homeboys were like standing there. One of them had a fucking bat and shit with wife beaters and shit. I'm like, hold up. I said, don't. Go home. Where that nigga stay at? You say he stay around the corner? He just left. That nigga just left, and Tremaine gets in the car with his friends and ride around the corners by my house. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm just like sitting here panicking. I'm like, fuck. I hope they don't do nothing to him. I hope they don't do nothing to him. I said, why did he have to come to my fucking house? Why did I even call Tremaine? I'm just sitting here just talking shit. So I go to the front of my door. I open the door just to look out to see, you know, if I hear anything or whatever. I didn't hear nothing. So I waited. Like 10 minutes later, Tremaine comes back. That nigga lucky I didn't fire him. He fucking lucky. He's lucky. And I was like, look, go home. Go home. Go home. I don't want no drama. I don't want no drama in front of my house. Please just go. Don't do that. And so he was like, what did he say? All right, I'm gonna leave. But if I hear one more thing about Calvin, I'm coming over here and I'm fucking his ass up. And so one of his homeboys was like, man, I was ready to beat a nigga ass. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Face palms is all I was doing this night. So that next day, I saw Calvin again and I told him, I said, Calvin, look, you know, because he was outside my house like he was almost every fucking morning. And I told him, I said, Calvin, look, you know, I don't want you coming by my house no more. Why? I said, I don't like you like that. I have a boyfriend. And I was like, you know, and they came to my house last night and they was looking for you. And, you know, they was going to try to do something to you. And I said, and I don't want that happening. I don't want that on my conscience because you're not really a bad guy. You haven't done anything bad to me, per se. I said, I don't want them to do anything to you. You know, I don't want nothing to transpire. I said, so please just, you know, leave me alone. Don't come by no more. Right? So he was like, are you sure? I was like, yes, I'm sure. I'm very sure. Are you sure? I said, yes, I'm very sure, Calvin, very sure. He was like, okay, I'll leave you alone for today. And he walks off. I said, for today? You know, like I yelled out for today because I didn't realize what he said until I turned around. It's like, you know how you replay a conversation and you don't react to it until later, until you realize what was said. So I turned around and walked away. I said, for today? And he was like, doing like this. I said, don't come back tomorrow, Calvin. And he was like, walking, doing like this. I'm like, oh my God. I said, what is going on in my life right now? Like, that is what I was. I was a teenager going through grown woman problems. But I saw him one more time after that, and that was it. He waved to me or whatever, but I didn't see him anymore after that. And it was kind of sad because I had gotten used to him coming by all the time. I got used to seeing him everywhere. Then it's like he just dropped off the face of the earth. Like I didn't see him again. Then I had heard like a couple of months later, his girlfriend, no, not his girlfriend, his brother, his little brother had got into some trouble, and they thought that some people thought that Calvin was his little brother, and they jumped him, and they was like, oh, he got beat up so bad. And I felt so horrible. I was like, oh my God, that's so fucked up. But he was being a big brother. He took the beating for his little brother. And I was like, that's so fucked up. That's so wrong. And in a weird way, I kind of liked Calvin because he was a nice guy. He was just too, you know, clingy, you know, but I didn't like him like a boyfriend type thing. I kind of liked his company in a sense. Does that make me sound weird? It does. It does. It really does. Oh my God. But I didn't like him like that. I liked him like, cuz he was a nice guy, you know, and it's just he was just doing too much to try to impress me and, you know, make himself known. He was doing too much. And I was just like, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. But he was a nice guy. When I had heard that happen to him, I felt bad. I was like, oh man. But they said that he purposely did that because he didn't want to, you know, he didn't want his little brother to get hurt. I was like, oh, that's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. And then I think I saw either him or his brother a little bit after that, but I'm not sure. I don't think they saw me though. But him and his brother look alike. They look identical. Just the difference is his little brother is very much lighter than he is. He's light skinned, but his brother is like pale, almost white. And that's how you could tell them apart. But yeah. Anyway, that is it. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.